more. Okay, for those that have seen the first time, it's great to see all of you again. It's not really working. For those that have seen the first time, David, the one I met today, like few of you, do I make sure that this doesn't do that again? Okay, very good morning. Let's do this again, right? The topic today is leadership development. It should be a pretty fun one with a lot of activities in store. To help you, we have a volunteer on each table. I had the opportunity to meet them beforehand. So let me just call out their names. This group over here to my left, Suen is your volunteer. Suen's from Accenture. Azlina will be the group on my right. You have a very naughty group except for Pauline. Otherwise, James and Richie very naughty. But they're very participative, so it's very good. It's good to have them around. Surya is with Team Creative. Sharon is with the team here as well. And Tinish at the back. So it's Tinish and Surya's first time in this training as a volunteer, so please be kind. I think Tinish and Surya, you have a good group. Okay, so it's good to have everyone here again. So let's just do a recap of what we've done the last session. So last session you learned about critical thinking. You've identified the barriers to critical thinking. Creativity, was this the group where, okay, this doesn't work so well. Okay, was this the time where you did the magazine cutouts? I think I saw pictures that someone put on Facebook. I think Amir put some pictures, magazine cutout, did something together for the creativity portion. And also looked at your ability to apply critical and creative thinking skills to your real world, and also in defining a work plan. Is that too loud? Okay, the view from here, you don't want to see. But thanks, Baron. Super in many ways. Okay, today's objective. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about leadership. Different components of being a leader. So what does it mean, right? And then we'll also talk about different styles of leadership. And not only talk about it, we will have role play activities. I know how all of you guys like role playing last time. So we'll continue that today. And we'll also have a few activities in addition to role playing that we'll take you through today. Solving problems, right? Leaders, they help the team solve problems. Understanding the importance of integrity and honesty, right? So these are not just big words, they actually mean something. Integrity happens to be my favorite word, my 8 years of my career, as well as before. And my current assignment looks into diversity. So diversity from all things. Race, whether you're Chinese, Malay, Indian, whether your sexuality, whether you're gay or straight. And also, most importantly, look at all of us in the room here, whether you're a man or a woman, right? So these are things about diversity that we'll talk about. We'll first start with an icebreaker. Right, so Suen will demonstrate the icebreaker for us. It's going to take no more than 5 minutes, right? Maximum 10. But I promise it'll be fun. So I'll pass the mic to Suen.
Hi. I'm nervous. This is my first time using the mic. I usually just shout it out. Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Suen. If you didn't hear my name just now. So what we're going to do is an icebreaker just to get yourself pumped up in the morning. It's very gloomy and also you try to keep up the spirit. So, okay. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to do live taping session, right? Okay, so what I need you to do is you need to select one team member, one team leader from your team. For those small team, it's okay, it's between you guys, so it's okay. So what we're gonna do is that I will be seated at the back later after this ice breaking session, right? I will show you pictures. In total, there will be 5 pictures. Okay. So each team leader from each team will come to the back and then I will show you the first picture. You are given 10 seconds to just look at the picture and also to memorize the picture, what does it look like. After the 10 seconds, I will close the slide, and then you need to come back to your own team and you need to describe what you have seen to the team. So what the team member is supposed to do is that what the team leader is supposed to do, he is supposed to describe what he has seen. Team members will need to go and draw out what the person has described. So far, okay? Any questions? Okay. So you will repeat this cycle for 5 times. I'll show you 5 pictures. So just a reminder, because I'll show you, because there's five teams here, right? You need to put down your team name and also the number of the pictures that you have seen, so that it's easier for us to tally the score. Okay? So every time I show you the first picture, we will time you 10 seconds to look at the picture. After the 10 seconds, you have to come back to your team, describe it to your team what you have seen. You're given 1 minute to draw out, then we'll say time stop, we'll repeat the same thing again. Okay? Understand me so far? Any questions? Yeah? Cannot? Boleh? Alright, let's go.
Speaking about scores, as you all know, we have the Step Up Challenge going on, right? So let's look at the scores and how we're doing so far. The thing, Aaron behind you, the chaser, is it 37? I think Sarkon is leading, 37. Is that 37 or 34? 37. Well done. Where's Sarkon? Round of applause. Sarkon only 2 of you guys, but it's okay. 2 is all you need. Chaser, chasing behind at 35. Well done, very close. S6, creative, 33, I think. Well done, round of applause for everyone. We're going to do a lot of clapping again for those who came to my class before. We clap a lot. So the next one is MJJ, 31. Last but not least, TK. TK is going to catch up today, I can feel it. Okay, so just as a reminder, Step Up Challenge, yeah? So throughout today, we're going to be talking a lot, asking you a lot of questions. Where is my Step Up Challenge slide? Did I go to the wrong tab? Okay, just as a reminder, we have the A-Team Award given to the team with the most points at the end of the program. Socrates Award given to the individual who asked the most insightful questions throughout the program. The last one, Prometheus Award, the Alien Award, individual who answered the most questions throughout the program as well. So, as you know, if you ask questions, you get a point. If you answer a question, you get a point too. So all you need to do is just say something, you get a point. How amazing is that? Right? So I'm looking to hear from each and every one of you as you did the last round. You guys did so fantastically the last time I was here. So I'm looking forward to more of that today. Okay, going back to the icebreaker.
I will be sitting here, so I'll give you thoughts here. I'll be at the back. So I'll give you probably like 5 seconds to decide who will be the team leader, and then you come and see me. Okay? Count. 1, 2.
Okay, Pauline is nominated for this.
Pauline would be.
So either Pauline or Michelle. So the points are in. Are you guys ready?
Woo! Clap! Yay! Thank you so much for your participation. Okay,
Yes.
so we have the score now.
Before that,
Yes, before that.
everyone gets 2 points for participating.
Yay!
How good is that? Okay, putting 2 here. Okay, we're gonna have top 3 winners.
Yes. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. From number 3. We have a total of 22 scores. TK! Yay!
Well done.
Well done. Okay. Run up. EMJJ with 26. Yay! Thank you at the back. Number 1. Jang jang jang.
Jack, Jack,
Go.
Jack.
31 points. Second. Okay, so how do you feel about the game? Are you guys still awake? Okay, okay, team leaders, I just want you to just take 5 seconds to think about what was your experience when you come up and then you have to go back to your team and convey the message without actually doing the work. Any volunteers? I'm sure start doing. My question was, for team leaders, right, when you come to the back and see me, see what you have seen, and come back to the team and trying to tell what you have seen to the team, convey the message without actually doing something. How do you feel about it? Volunteers? Oh, yeah.
Really have to deliver my message.
Why? Why do you think so?
Because you do everything for me.
Hold that thought. Another one? Creative.
Hey, got point you not answer question.
Wow.
The question
Okay,
was,
let me
when you
ask
start-
David contributed, so by right I should give him a point. But since he knows everything, then I will end up giving him a point throughout the day. Yeah, I said earlier everyone gets a point, so Sarkom gets another point for contributing. Sorry? Oh, Socrates. Which one? Oh, okay. Where is David? Okay, so maybe you should do that because I added here. Maybe I should add one.
Then you should end this, shouldn't you?
Oh, but the one I added here already, so we just keep it lah.
Go ahead.
It was hard to give information to the both of them
Why?
because I go there the police secretariat to see the teacher. I have to memorize the colors, how many boxes are there, and then come back and tell them the things. But then it's just so complicated. Make me very ready.
That's why I feel being a leader is not easy. Definitely not easy.
Anyone want to for their team?
Give you half as well.
Oh, you okay. Anyone? No? Want to try? No, right or wrong answer, so no worry. You? Volunteer not? Go get it.
Hard to convey the message because the things that I've seen cannot be exactly and perfectly explained out through your mouth.
Thank you so much.
So how did you explain it if you didn't explain it using your mouth?
Another point for it.
What was your question?
How did you explain it? Because you couldn't use your mouth, so how did you explain?
What I mean is, like, what I see and what I think in mind cannot be exactly stayed out like what I think in my mind. I just explain what I understood.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
So I think just to quickly wrap up, just one thing from the Okay, so for the team members that participated, right, how do you feel that you're receiving information that you're not there to see the picture? How do you feel? Okay, 1 point.
Okay, so Michelle, you go first. You nominate someone next, huh?
You're gonna nominate.
Very confused. Yeah, understand. Okay, great. Michelle gets a point. All right, round of applause. Who's next? James? We're all dying to hear from you, James.
James,
Yes, we are.
James.
Tell us what you like about Pauline Star being a leader.
She's scary. She's smiley.
Complicated. How can Pauline be complicated? So she's complicated. That I heard a loser. Just one thing that you like about your team leader. One thing. One word only. You can do it. Don't be shy. You'll be great. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Was he friendly? Friendly? Friendly and helpful. Not bad. Very good. Okay, round of applause everyone for completing this activity. Well done. Very proud of you guys. Okay, you noticed that I was asking what was your leader style, right? There's a reason for that. Because every single one of us, the way that we interact, the way that we talk to people, wow. You're going to share it with me?
Oh, no.
No? My chocolate, you share with me. Okay, so what is the style? Jonas says hairstyle. What are the different styles are there? Besides the hairstyle. What can you tell me about someone's style? Gaya.
For chocolate, lah.
No, you don't want already. Okay, what else? The way you talk? Huh, sorry?
The way I act.
The way you act?
The way
Okay.
I wear.
What you wear? Good.
The way.
As long as you don't go out showing your underwear to everyone, you can show it to Baron. I think he will appreciate that. She was great. You told yourself, really? Okay, so a style is everything. The way that you look, your facial expressions, the way you move, the way you talk. Whether when you're sitting upright, like James is, or you're leaning on the table like Richie is, or you're laying back on the chair, resting against the chair like Pauline is. What do you think that means? I'm not saying that because they happen to be in front. Yes, all of that is the style. Right? And that determines how when a person talks to you, interprets how you are. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the different, most common styles that you see. I realize when I stand here, it doesn't really work for mine. So as I mentioned earlier, verbal behaviors, non-verbal behaviors. We talked about a few, but there's actually a lot more. Right, we're talking about the way that you talk, the tone of your voice, whether you're talking louder and clearer. When you're talking very softly, right, and the words are not very clear, it determines what your style is. And it also is sometimes situational, right, how you were feeling at the time. You might be feeling very confident, so naturally you will talk louder. Talking to a large audience like this, naturally you will talk louder. Talking to someone with David, then maybe I'll take a softer tone, right? And in order to convince someone, I want to talk to someone, I want to get something. Let's say I want to talk to my teacher, I want to get a little bit more guidance. The way that you talk to your teacher will be different. How will you talk to your teacher, James? Formal, right? Very formal. So what does that mean? How does that affect the way you talk, James? Very good, we'll come to that. Depends. Depends on whether you're happy or angry with the teacher. Depends on whether you finish your homework or not. So what do you think? I give you a situation. So you want to ask the teacher for advice. Right? You are thinking of what you want to do in college. So you want to ask the teacher for advice. So how will you do? Oh, you can do it. I give you a few minutes to think about it. Later you will play with me, okay, pace of speech. You either talk slower or you talk very fast. Quantity of speech. What you can say can be said in 5 sentences or in 10 sentences. Volume of speech. I mentioned earlier, someone is very quiet, someone speaks louder. Use of hands. Directive. Right, so if you notice, I have a lot of hand gestures, very directive hand gestures. You have some people who will stand here and they'll do the presentation just like this. Right, no hand gestures, no movement, no expression. Right, no right or wrong, it's just different styles. Body posture. Some lean forward, some lean backwards. Right? Any idea what is the sign of someone who's leaning forward? Sorry? Crazy? Did I hear crazy or busy? You clarify. What did you say, Elizabeth? Lazy. Someone who leans back is lazy. Is that why you're leaning forward now? Eye contact, direct or indirect eye contact. Sometimes people give you direct contact because either they're very angry at you or they want to make a point. But sometimes it just feels natural to them. For me, it's also part of my training. So when I go around, walking around the room, I'm not shy to look at you in the eye. But some people are very shy to hold eye contact. Right? And some people will not look at you in the eye when they talk. And sometimes it's just a matter of style. Sometimes it's just because they're shy. Right? So I'll try to find out why people are acting that way. If you go a little bit further to try to understand how the different styles react, you will also see, we talked about the right and left, right? So the right and left is assertiveness. People who are more direct versus someone who's more indirect, right? You also talk about someone who needs to be more in control versus someone who just lets loose, very relaxed. Right? Some people are naturally more reserved. Think about the styles as people who has more hand gestures or less hand gestures, more direct, indirect. Some people who like to talk a lot, some people like to think first before they talk. Very, very few words. So I can see a few of them. So try to relate. Think about yourself, what style you are. You will hear some of these words, not now, but as you move on to the workforce. When you go into college, right, when you go into the workforce, you'll hear all of these words. These words have been used for many, many years, over the last close to 10 years that I've been working. And they will continue to be used from many, many moons to come. Okay? People who need to be in greater control, right, we call them analyticals or drivers. People who are naturally more relaxed, a lot of hand gestures, ask you about the weather. Right? These people are more amiable and expressive. So what are the typical types? It is your checklist. See, find out if you are like that. If you're analytical, you are a perfectionist. I want to get it right, I want to get it right the first time. I like data, so I like doing research. I also like logic. Everything needs to be of a common sense or logic to me, right? And I'm typically the quietest of the staff. People here are very quiet. People have been very quiet the last 2 classes so far. Maybe she's an analytical. Amiable, team player, builds relationships very, very easily. These are people who ask you, how's your weather, how's your family, how are things going on, is everything okay, right? So these are amiable, it's very easy to get along, right? And these are the ones who also like ideas. They like to go together, right? When you go out for lunch, how do you spot an amiable? Where do you think we should go out for lunch? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I'm okay. I'm okay too. So this is the sign of the amiable, right? All about alignment. Expressive. Yeah, I don't really like to use the word limelight hogger because I am actually an expressive. Expressives have a lot of hand gestures. As you notice when I was talking and walking around, I was at times quite loud, animated. These people like ideas, right? If you like ideas, if you have a lot to say, you're naturally very expressive. A lot of facial expressions. I can read your face like an open book. Right? So these people are naturally very expressive. Driver. Driver is very results focused. I think David is a driver. But let's find out. So these people just want to get the things done, right? They'll sit down in the room, I have 5 minutes, this is what I need to do. Right? I don't know if what I'm doing is right or wrong, I just want to make sure that it's done. So this is how a driver is. So let me go into around the room. Based on these behaviors that you see, who considers themselves an analytical? No analyticals in this room. Awesome. Moving on. Amiable. Kim Lam is amiable. Jessica is amiable. Very good. Who else? Wow, 2 amiables in a row. I see a lot of friendly faces, so let's see. Expressive. People who are very animated. Impulsive. Do first, think later. That's me. Especially when I go shopping. I look at my credit card bill and I regret. Anyone else like me? Huh? Then all of you must be driver. Oh my god, I'm so scared to be in this room. That seems to be the last one. Every one of you must be a driver. But in any case, what we're going to do right now, we're going to start some role playing. Okay? And you guys guess the style. I'm going to put this up. You're seeing your notes as well. So I'll be role playing with Hasina and Sue-Ann and Kina. Right? So we'll be role playing, and your role is to guess what style we are. Both of us have styles. So we'll be guessing what style we are. So I'm going to first start with Hasina. Give her a hand of applause, please. Okay, so the situation is we're conducting an interview. Yeah. So So while we get Azlina and Mike, so we're conducting an interview. So I'm interviewing Azlina. Interesting fact, stay with me, James. Interesting fact, I actually interviewed Azlina as well. So she said I was quite scary, but let's see. So Azlina, we have 30 minutes. So we're here today for an interview. Can you tell me about your experience?
Okay, I've been in the workforce for a number of years. Initially, I was in the monitoring development side, and that was about 2 years. Then later on, I did a lot of project management work, which expanded about 10 years at Microsoft. And I've been in consulting work for the past about 6 weeks.
So since we don't have a lot of time, can you tell me what are some of the outcomes that you achieved?
Besides things I've achieved is there's a lot of leadership roles that I've been doing.
Can you tell me specifically what leadership role?
Lead roles for certain specific projects, taking care of a group of team players, ranging from medical side, subject matter experts, and also economic side.
Okay, thank you very much. So what do you guys think?
What do you think?
Got a point, of course. Every question I ask, you get a point.
Let me answer this.
Okay, what was my style and why?
What's the first one?
Which one? In your notes? Are you looking at your notes? Never mind. I will open it up for you guys. So recap again. Which one did you want to see?
You are
I am analytical. Why? Yeah, what analytical? What do you think I am? I'm driver. So police is driver. Anyone else? Anyone wants to say I was amiable? No, I definitely wasn't amiable. So you guys definitely got it right. I was more controlled. I was less expression. I didn't use any hand gestures. Right? But differentiator here. Right? So did I talk faster and more? Yes. Right? So that puts me on the top right of the quadrant. That means Pauline got it right. I was being a driver. Well done. So Pauline gets the point. What was Azlina? Expressive. Why? Because I don't accept because she's expressive. I know that's what you're gonna say. I know you can do better. Why? Explains people. Okay. What else did you observe about her? I keep on moving it faster, but she keeps making it slower. Okay, let's test it out. So you say she's expressive. Okay, so you say, does she have emotion in her voice? Yes. Good. Did she use her hands? Yes. Okay. So let's look at the differentiator. Her body posture, was it casual? Okay. So that puts her at the bottom here. Right? So let's look at this quadrant. Did she lean forward? Was she to the point? Now let's try this. Was she relaxed?
No.
So not always hantam lah. The first two maybe and you all know that I was going to turn it curveball. Very good. So she's definitely expressive. Very good. Give yourself a round of applause. So Saka gets the point. And Chaser gets the point too. Well done. Okay, so the next one. I think it's when So interview again, I'm interviewing. Okay. Hi Suen, I'm so glad that you're here today. So how are you?
Good, very good. Glad to meet you too.
Okay, so today we're doing an interview. So can you tell me about your experience?
Okay, I've been in my ex-firm for 5 years, so I've been doing team management as well. So I'm very happy to be able to join your firm, hopefully.
Why do you want to join us?
Oh, I think it's fun. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I think it's also very people inclusive. So I think it's a good firm for me.
So from your experience, can you tell me some of the big ideas that you came up with for your company?
Oh, I think I've joined one of the yeah, I think I came up with like the idea to go bring the kids to the zoo. So I think it was really fun. So,
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So as you know, in this company in Accenture, we're all about big ideas. So we're all about innovation. So I'm very excited to have you join us.
Yep.
And very excited to see what you can bring on board.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, round of applause for Suen first. Okay, what was Suen's style? Let's throw it out there. Anyone else? I want to hear from Creative or TK or EMJJ.
Orang yang sama. Mesin ke atas.
Bawa. If only there was a style that was called Bawa. It would be awesome.
Dia excited dia tapi dia pun ada betul lah. Ada dua style lah.
Yeah, so Chaser and Sakon got it right. It is at the bottom of the grid. Okay, that leaves just two. So which one was Suen? Suen, huh?
Suen is amiable. No. Suen is expressive.
There's two groups, we argue. Three groups behind what? Join us or not? I like to have a full room of argument. So TK, what do you think? In the middle, sometimes it happens. I know someone who's right in the middle, on the top, in between the crossbar. So, amiable, what? Friendly? It's not nonsense.
Sure thing.
Okay, that's great. I think Suen was a little bit of amiable and expressive. She was very friendly and very open, but at the same time, she also told stories, right? So people who tell stories naturally very expressive as well, right? So she's a little bit amiable and expressive. So both groups got it right here. So I think we gave EMJJ a point. Great. As well as Chaser and Sakon. Very good. As you can tell, I'm very generous, so you all better take advantage of this. But never came from volunteer. Volunteer don't get point on it. Okay. For me, what was I? Amiable, why? I asked what? I asked a lot of questions. Okay, who else?
And you are very relaxed.
I was very relaxed. Richie doesn't think I was very relaxed.
You're serious.
And he may be right, because I was very directive. And you notice the key difference between amiable and expressive? Expressives like ideas. So if you notice, I very specifically asked, what are some of the big ideas that you have introduced? And I'm very excited to see you introduce your big ideas to the company. So that's the key difference between expressive and amiable. Amiables ask, how you are, very relaxed, very friendly. Expressives like innovation, they like ideas. They're very, very excited when you come up with something new. So that's the differentiator between amiable and expressive. Okay, great. So anyone gets a point here? Polly says amiable. Amiable got a point. I was being expressive. That was good, that was very good try. He got it though. I was very relaxed, I was very to the point. So Richie gets a point. So all the while she still gets a point. You say relax, he said directive, so Richie was correct. But it's good effort, good effort. Okay, last but not least, I think it's with Kim Lam. This time Kim Lam is going to interview me.
Hi Audrey, thank you for coming.
Thanks very much.
How do you find your way here? Do you have any difficulties coming here?
No, it was okay. I didn't take stop. And I was looking up on Google Maps, so I found the way.
Right, you're very tech savvy, I see. So
I
how
tried.
do you find the weather today?
Good.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Before we start, I just want to know how much time do we have? Because I have a lot to share.
Okay, we have about 10 minutes today.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can give me a brief summary about yourself.
Okay. So I went to college. I just graduated. I'm 21 years old this year. I just graduated from college just a few months ago. So I was a librarian. I was working very hard as well. I didn't ask for pocket money from my parents because I was very independent from a very young age. I am very interested to work in your company. I looked through your website and I'm very keen to go into consulting. And I know within consulting that you have a change management practice, so I'm definitely very keen to do that as well. And how I will be very good at change management is based on my experience. I'm a people person. I can talk very well, as you can see, and I can keep a very calm tone as well. So I think I'll be very good for Accenture.
Thank you very much. So what are your key strengths? Can you describe very briefly about your key strengths?
Independent, driven, confident in myself.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us for this interview today. So I'll let you know and maybe very soon.
Thanks very much for the
Thank
opportunity. I go to Lam first. In Lam, interviewer first. What do you guys think? Amiable, why? Because he's directive.
Relax also.
Directive and relaxed. How I do it? Explain to me. Come on, get it.
Sorry, expressive.
Expressive, okay?
It's very direct.
Very direct. Okay. Anyone else? Thanks for sharing. Anyone else? Any different opinion? Creative? Can I go try? Can I go try? Okay. Oh, Michael. TK? Vivo? What do you think, Vivo? Tough crowd today. James. You're gonna be my favorite, right? Or Richie? Richie. So what do you think? Do you agree with David? Notice Kilam asked how's the weather and how I was doing. What does that tell you? Remember what I said earlier if I asked about the weather for star alignment?
Expressive.
We give you a hint at the bottom. Analytic? Amiable? Good. He was being amiable. He was asking about my family. He was asking about the weather. Right? What was I?
Driver.
Wow, so fast. Anyone disagrees? Okay, well, how was I a driver, Richie? You get 2 points, you answer again. Holly got you 1, you get another 1. David gets 1 point too. So how was I a driver? If he answers, you have to add on, you cannot. Better you answer first, he add on. Okay, you answer first, he add on.
Because you when you finish your interview fast.
Okay. Anything else?
Because you're asking for how much time you have.
Very good. Very observant. Who was it? Jonah had something to say? Oh, Michael. Sorry? Left hand movement? Good. Very good. So that puts me on the top part of the quadrant. Richie? I just realized Richie got wings on his cap. I didn't realize it until now. That's awesome. I was watching Percy Jackson last weekend. You remind me of Hermes. Michael, you get another point if you have something else to say also. Expression? Okay, what about my expression? Control? Expression was control. Very good. EMDG gets 2 points. What else? Give me hints. What do you want? Can I talk fast?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. So give yourself a round of applause. You guys did very, very well. Let me just talk about growth actions, right? What do I mean by growth actions? If you realize that you're analytical, you realize that these are your limitations. If you're analytical, you tend to be very quiet, you like data, and because you like data, what happens? Very slow to make decisions. Right? So that's one of the downfalls when someone is analytical. If you're a driver, very result oriented, as you can see when I was interviewing with Kina, he asked me how was the weather, I just say good. Right? He asked me how's your family, I said okay. Right? So naturally these are not the ones who make friends. Right? I'm not going to be the most popular person in the group if I continue to be like this. Amiables. These are very friendly people. These people like alignment, but because of that, I'm also very afraid to step up front and say yes, I want to do this. I want to wait until number 2, 3, 4, 5 is behind me and backs me up before I start doing it. Right? So these are examples of the amiable. Someone who's very insecure, as you can see on the top of the slide, personal security. These people like relationships. So talk to them about the weather, talk to them about your family. Right? Expressive. They need personal approval. Very impulsive. Right? Shopaholics are generally all expressive, like myself. Right? So these people they like ideas. They don't like to be boxed up. Right? They like to think outside of the box and they appreciate that other people think out of the box as well. So we talked about the 3 qualities of an effective leader, right? And how does it tie to the stars? So these stars will be an indication for you to identify and try to understand when you're talking to your teacher, what star your teacher has. If you're in college, your lecturers and your teammates recognize different styles. Some people like doing data, so the research work they'll be very excited if you ask them to do it. Some people like presentations, but naturally not everyone is very keen on presentations, right? So then, find an expressive and a word to do a good presentation. So figure out how, as a leader, that you will use all of this to your strengths. So let's say if we do ENJJ, can I ask, Michael, what do you think your style is? Amiable? You think your style is amiable? Jonah, what do you think your style is? Amiable? Jessica? Amiable? Elizabeth? So who are amiable? Teenage one's your style. So turns out teenage will do all the work. The rest of the guys will be trying to get everyone to agree with each other. And I don't know who's going to be presenting the presentation. But it's good. It's good that everyone knows the style. What about this group, TK? Mary, what's your style? Amiable? Mabel? She doesn't have your head, that's all. And then the pickle, that's the mix, right in the middle. That's Sharon's style. And Lucy, right in the middle as well. Depends on situation. That's a very good point. Depending on situation, you will have different styles as well. And why? When I am relaxed like this, I'm actually very expressive. Oh, thank you. Shall we do that as an icebreaker later? And when I'm stressed, I'm a driver. I'm very stressed out. And this is what you see about backup personalities. When you're very calm, you will have one personality. When you're put into the corner, you have another personality. And so to observe it, you have the notes to this presentation, you have the soft copy too. Try to notice your friends and yourself around you, what the different styles are, and try to navigate that to your advantage. The whole idea of teaching you this is so that you know how to use it to your advantage. Either in teamwork, or your exams, or even in sports, there are people with different styles. So this will help you with a few things. Solving problems, right? If you're approaching an analytical and you have a problem, right? Approach the person with data. Approach the person with facts, right? If you have a teacher who's very analytical, and who are the analytical ones? Typically people who teach mathematics are the very analytical ones. Go with them with the facts, right? This is what the paper says, this is what the fact says, and convince them that way, right? People are very amiable with a problem. Don't go to them and say, I have a problem, I need your help now. Right? Spend some time building that relationship. Amiables will help you deepen the relationship. Right? If you're expressive, go to them with ideas. If you know someone who's expressive, make sure you have ideas at hand because they will ask you, what solution do you have? What are your ideas? What would you suggest I would do? Right? And if you're a driver, what do? Give them options. They want to be the one who makes the decision. And by the way, this applies to your parents as well, or your sister, or your brother, whoever, aunt, uncle, anyone here, even to me as well. At different styles, there are different ways that you deal with them. If they're a driver, give them options, let them make the decision. Integrity and honesty, Kinla will touch on it later. Right? Two very important qualities. What is integrity? Living true to yourself. You don't lie. Right? Honesty, we're very truthful as well. What is diversity? Diversity means respecting our differences. Right? Be it you're a man or you're a woman, your sexual orientation, whether you're Chinese, Malay, Indian, Iran, or Kazakh. Right? Respecting our differences, that's diversity. And we'll talk about how you can leverage that to your advantage. So as you're talking about becoming a leader, consider these 10 points. Right? And these are non-exhaustive, obviously. Patient, good at handling stress, and motivated. Don't worry if you don't fulfill all of these items. I personally am not very good at handling stress. I shout a lot. And when I'm into my driver mode, I'm actually not exactly the most friendly person, so it's a personal development point for me. Right? But does that make me any less of a leader? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but most of the time no. Right? A good example for the team is something that I hold true for. You have to lead yourself before you can lead others. You need to understand what is it that makes yourself a leader. You have to be very comfortable in your skin before you can lead others. And when you're leading a team, people will look up to you as an example. Always remember that. When you're a team lead, you're not just leading yourself, you're leading your team. People look to you as a role model, so you need to embody those qualities. But sometimes you ask how. Right? How am I supposed to do that? Look for a mentor, whoever it is, be it your teacher, look for someone who embodies the qualities that you like. Sometimes it may even be a celebrity. I grew up liking Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was my role model. Right? Because I liked that she was confident, I liked that she was helpful, I liked that she had integrity, and she was very charitable. Right? So I embodied those qualities and I started to learn from that. So pick who it is. It could be someone in school, your teacher, could be anyone or someone that you just meet. Right? So look at those leadership traits. Another thing that would be very good is to read. A lot of things that I gained from reading. So if you know of this author, Stephen Covey, I'm expecting that all of you will Google his name later, STEPHENCOVEY. Watch his YouTube videos. There are Stephen Covey leadership videos. So he published his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Right, so those are leadership traits that you should embody. So you should take a look. So I think I covered this. Shadow someone at a senior level. So look for someone who's your teacher, your lecturer, right? And later on, when you go on, move on to the workforce, your supervisor, your manager, right? Be a mentor for someone, right? Just like what we're trying to do here to help you. It is with the intention that later on, as you progress and you move on to in your career, that you will come back and do something similar like this and be a mentor for someone. 360-degree feedback. This one, in the working world, people will talk about it a lot, right? So it's basically your peer feedback, i.e. I will give feedback for someone who's the same level. I will get feedback from my subordinates. I will also get feedback from my supervisor, right? 360 degrees. And when you talk about feedback to the open mind, right? I've been given a very, very effective feedback, which is take some feedback and don't take some feedback. People will give you feedback, but sometimes it may not be correct, or you may not think that it is correct, right? So learn to filter those feedback. If it makes sense to you, yes, do it. If it doesn't make sense to you, no, don't do it. You are your own captain of your own ship. You are the master of your own life, right? So you decide what you want to do. Okay, I think before we go to the next topic, do we need to take a break or should we do the activity? So we'll go on. Sure.
This was from sharing.
Yeah.
For example, what we have gone through just now is basically on how you're going to express yourself, how you're going to carry yourself, what is your own character. But just to share with you what I have been through for all these years. Okay, I think that it's more theoretically what happens to me. Okay, so basically like 10 years ago, I wasn't who I was today. So because I was actually living under someone's shadow. It's like a very shameful thing because I was just like copycat my friend, what she does, what she wears, how she talks, how she walks. So basically it's not myself, I'm just copying what she's doing. So within that period of time, it wasn't very happy for me. So because I'm just doing someone's shadow. So after a period of time when I realized, because I was like very, very practical and very, very sad. How people look at me, how people think of me, how people react on what I did. I was like taking care of every single one, how they think of me. So I wasn't very happy that time. So after maybe 2-3 years after that, so I changed. So I realized what I want, what I need, what is my interest, how to talk, how to walk like myself. So I changed, completely changed from style, from hairstyle to wearing, to how I wear, to how I carry, to how I speak, how I talk, and then how everything, basically it's everything. So basically what I wanted to share with you all is that you don't have to really care a lot on how people think of you. But most important thing is be yourself, be more confident, talk as who you are, carry yourself out. To be very confident, for example, you don't walk like that. So when people talk to you, you're just like, I don't dare to look at them. So that is actually something which shows that you are not very confident enough. So, or whenever you walk past someone that you don't know, so probably you just escape your eye contact. You don't look at them, so that I don't have to talk to them or I don't have to smile to them. So if you look eye to eye to someone, which is a stranger, just give them a smile. That will actually give yourself more confidence. So actually a few of you is actually in my Facebook. I see Pauline is actually in my Facebook. So I observed what she does and what she posted in her Facebook. I quite like her character because she can actually carry her own character out. So she takes photo and then she just posts because I know what you want is like a design or something like that, right? Or something like that, right? So she has a lot of pictures that she takes her own pose and she can really carry her character out. That's more important thing. So be yourself, understand yourself more, what you want, who you are, be yourself, just be yourself. So as long as it's right one, you're doing something right, just be yourself.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sharon. Round of applause, please. More energy, please. Okay, great. The next one, before we get to activity, I promise you it's a very fun activity. I'm looking forward to doing it too. So, breaking down the problem very broadly, whenever there's an issue, whenever you have a problem, break it down, think about it logically, and start with an open mind, right? Think logically, common sense. When you're stuck, sometimes all it takes is take a deep breath, figure out where are the components of the problem, break it down and solve it step by step. And most importantly, my most important life lesson is not on this slide at all. My most important life lesson as I was progressing is don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. People are there to help you. Right? People are nicer than you think, honestly. So that's why I learned. I used to sit on the problem and I sit until I miss my deadlines. I got in trouble with my bosses. But then I realized, okay, whatever it is, I'm just gonna ask for help. And I realized it's a good thing and people appreciate that you're doing that. So if there's one takeaway when you're solving a problem, sit on it for too long, you realize that you can't resolve it, ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. And now we get to our activity. Alright, so two key objectives of the activity. You want to see how well you communicate, and most importantly, you want to have a lot of fun. Alright, so what we're going to do is, you have in front of you supplies. Can I have one? Yeah. So in your supplies, you have a bunch of spaghetti. Put some right here, you need every single one of it. You have marshmallow. You have scissors. There's really nice IKEA measuring tape that someone must have taken. String and cellophane tape. So what we're going to do is, we're going to have you build the tallest tower. The tower must be standing upright, and we will measure it. Right? So the tallest tower wins. How much time do we have? We have 20 minutes. So at the end of 20 minutes, marshmallow must be on top. It cannot be taken away and used as sticky stuff. Or eaten. Okay, so we're gonna have a marshmallow on top as well. So 20 minutes, right, starting from now. Right, so we're gonna very excited to see a tower. Just one tower. We need 3 towers, okay? One enough. Okay, timer starts now. Make a tower.
Extra scissors, extra pencils, but no extra marshmallow. It's supposed to be yours. Why you tell me to entire itu it's fine. It's just the shell.
In front of many
Yeah, I think you guys did a great job. We have the Taiwan 101 here. For that, we have a Rumah Kampung here. We have a iPhone tower and KL tower, yellow tower. That one was fully made of glass, also known as cellophane tape. And then we have another iPhone tower coming out. So well done, everyone. That's amazing. I must say, if I had to do it, I have no idea what I'll I just won't do it for fear of embarrassment. Okay, so for those who are still going on, please continue. Yeah, want to take a look at your final product, your masterpiece. So please continue because we're going to play a video now anyway.
Hello. How are you? See, that's a question. Now we ask questions every day because questions are very relevant. For example, how was your day? Have you had lunch? Where are you from? But what happens when we ask a question? Let's state the obvious.
Nanti susah. Betul kan tak?
No lah, I'm braving the caterpillar.
Then is it raining?
Everybody just decided to stay at home.
Hey, you're gay here.
No, just an illusion.
I have something to tell you.
I think we should stay friends.
for the best, you know. Are you crying?
No! I'm just washing the inside of my eyes.
Renzo!
Hello, this is Hits.fm.
Hello? Is this Hits.fm?
No, this is Narnia.
Hello. What? Speaking. Where you are? Are you at home? No lah. I'm right behind you.
Seriously?
Up there? I don't see you also.
Hi. Ready for the train?
No, I'm waiting for the bus.
Hey, what's up, man? You cut your hair. I decided to go backwards.
Hey, watching football. Watching Twilight. It's awesome.
Team member.
Hunting.
Hey, boy, jogging
No, dancing.
can find this video on YouTube as well. On GT Boy TV. Well, the key learning from there is to ask the right questions, right? What I would like to say that's not on the slide is really when you're asking a question, should it's clear, right, to the point, and also ask it in a very sincere manner, right? Ask it because you want to know something and show your sincerity. So that to me is a good key question, right? Common problems when your question is not really clear is irrelevant, very vague, right? Or you're asking too many questions. Things like, have you eaten lunch? What do you eat for lunch? Right? Or have you eaten lunch? What do you eat for lunch? If you want to go for lunch with me, I'm going to this place, maybe you like it. So is that a good question? Not really, because I don't know which one to answer. Right? A good question would be, have you gone for lunch? Pause. No. Yes. Would you like to go for lunch with me? Yes. No. To the point. Right? Very clear. So that's the last thing that we'll leave to you for the break. And when we come back, we'll practice some of these key questions asked me and how to do it in an honest way. We're going to talk about integrity and honesty in the next part of this session today. Okay, so see you back here. Running with 20 minutes, okay?
Who's the winner?
Just the winner.
Well, this is very
What was our final measurement, Mr. Tila? 106. Well done. Also 106. Wow. Well done. Only one still standing.
The last minute.
Chaser got 42.
Jason got 42. What about Jason?
Zero.
Not yet. No, I saw a tower there.
Not there yet.
Okay, we'll measure. Your target is 106. For the next break, we'll measure yours again. Okay? You still have a chance. You have until the rest of the session today. Okay? Alright, great. So I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Hello, everyone. We're going to continue. Shall we go back to our seat?
No.
Richie, you can shake your butt another time. I saw just a little bit. But quite good, huh? Was it like Beyonce? Yeah, Beyonce. Kizumi has Beyonce's new hairstyle. Okay, before we continue, the fun stuff. We have 2 winners. We have EMJJ and TK, joint winners of our activity. So everyone gets a point for participating. How many points are we going to give?
3.
Maybe extra marks for the stability and the tallest one.
Oh, stability. So we have 2 tallest one and 1 still standing.
I'm waiting for
2.
Okay,
Okay.
the tallest one we can give
Okay.
5.
Okay. So 5 for tallest one.
Stability is 4.
Stability is 4. The rest is 3. Are we okay? 5, 4, and 3.
My fault.
Okay, let's see what it still stands.
Okay, now I know how it stands.
should be standing.
Okay, 5, 4, and 3, and a round of applause for all of you guys. Yay. Okay, so next time Kina's gonna take this topic. Integrity and honesty.
Right. Right.
Alright, so can we have everyone seated again, please? Before we start.
No, can break down already here.
Break down lah. Break down lah.
Wow.
Okay, let's start again, alright? Let's everyone seated, alright? So, honesty and integrity, right? Can anyone tell me what does it mean? Integrity and honesty. Anyone? You're awarding points for this. Can anyone tell me what does honesty and integrity mean? What does it mean?
Honesty is the truth.
The truth. Anything else?
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
True word.
So what don't lie mean?
This cannot lie.
Means telling the truth, right? Don't cheat. Anything else? Anything else? No?
So even the things that are pleasant.
Pleasant.
Trustworthy.
Possibility, okay, good. Good one. Possibility. Yeah, you should give him a point there.
Wow.
Give him a point for possibility.
Yeah.
Listen.
This tiny gentleman there.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good point.
Richie. Okay, good one for Richie.
It's easy to work, right?
Yeah, let's come back lah. Yeah. Individual mark, individual mark.
Okay, then you must make it as a group mark.
Okay, whatever.
Chaser.
Okay, so here's the answer about honesty, alright? So honesty is about being upright and fair. Okay? You're going to be impartial. You're going to be no prejudice about other people. Okay? Other than that, you never lie, you never steal, you never cheat, you never deceive people for personal gain. Okay? It's always about other people. Okay? And when you say something, you mean what you say, you keep your word, you fulfill your promise. You promise something that you're going to deliver something, for example, during the hour, you do it just like every good period, right? So that means honesty. Okay? Honesty builds trust. Now, what is trust? Trust is how much others believe in you. As a leader, you need people to trust you, to follow you. Right? And building trust is very difficult and it takes a lot of time. Who can tell me how long does it take to build a bridge like that? 1 week. 1 week? 10 years. 10 years?
1 month. 3 months.
3 months, yeah. So it takes a long time, right? But who can tell me how long does it take to destroy a bridge?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute, exactly. So it's the same with building trust. Building takes very long, destroying takes very quick. So if you tell a lie, if you cheat people, if you deceive people, people will start losing trust in you. Okay? So do not do all those things now. Portray your honesty and trust in yourself. And cheating destroys trust. Why do people cheat? Can you tell me? Why would you want to cheat?
For their own benefit.
Yes.
Because they want to.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Yes. Yes. What else? Why would people want to cheat? Like just now you were talking about some people helping other people, using their power, some people looking at other people's color drawings, right? Are they considered cheating?
No.
Why?
Good.
So why is it
Sharing ideas.
What was the rules? What was the rules? Yeah, the rule was that you go there, you see the picture, you come back and draw, right? So yeah, because people like to cheat sometimes if given the opportunity. But generally, people don't like cheating because if you get caught, there will be consequences. Alright? Right? Yeah? So why not cheat? Because cheating is not ethical. Like copying something is not ethical. Okay? You'll learn more about ethics in the next session, I believe. Okay, so I will not go through that with you. So the key point here to take away is cheating destroys trust. And trust builds honesty. Okay? So practicing honesty and integrity in the workplace. When you go to work, okay, people need to trust you. Then the honest behavior at the workplace means that the organization we are in will abide to the rules and consistent. Right? So some of these standards that is not in your notes, perhaps you would like to take this in your notes. Is that not taking money or stock from the company, right? That's stealing, right? Spending excessive amount of work time on personal calls. So if you are at work, you should do your work, not attending personal issues like Facebooking or browsing through the internet, unless it's work related, right? So taking excessive leave of absence from work. So when you join the workforce, when you start working, people will trust you that you will come to work and help them every day, except weekend club. Okay? So it's good that you prepare all the time. Behaving in a professional manners. So you have to be professional when you start working. Okay? You cannot cheat a lot. You cannot backstab people. You cannot make rude jokes. You cannot say that, oh, you can't do it because you're stupid. That is rude. So at the workplace, it's something that is highly discouraged. Okay? So it's something you do that you put a point on your notes. Now, here I have a simple scenario here. Albert stole a pen from his classmate at school. So do you think that's a good thing? Stealing a pen? No? Yes? No answer. It's not a good thing, right? Okay. So his teacher found out he stole the pen and tell him that it's wrong, it's not ethical. Right? The next day, Albert's teacher took 2 pens from the office and passed it to Albert. Alright? So do you think what the teacher did was right here? Sorry? Sorry, say again? So she took it from the teacher's office. That is meant to be for the teacher's use for work, right? For them to teach. But now she's taking it and passing it to Albert. So that's not something ethical. Similarly, in the office when you're at home, when you start working already, you get a lot of things supplies of stationery, but it is for work-related purposes. Okay? So what should the teacher do in this situation? If you were there as a teacher, what would you do? What would the teacher do? What is the actions? Expand student for stealing. Is it? Expand the student for stealing? How? Any ideas? What should we, so if you were the teacher, what would you do in that situation? You find someone stealing, but you want to give this student something to write about. How would you do? Yes, you do. You don't answer no point, huh? Okay, I'll leave you to think about what should the teacher do. Right? So if you were in the situation, what would you do? Think about it. Okay. The next related activity, I think, is given on the handout. It looks like this. It looks like this. So there's a scenario here. It talks about this guy. His name is Jake. Okay. So I want you to take about 20 minutes to read it in your group and answer a few questions over there. Okay. Discuss about it. And I want someone in each group to present to answer each question. Is that okay? Okay? So you have 10 minutes. So can you discuss in 10 minutes? Send a representative to tell me about this.
After 20 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. It's a quick one. Okay? Okay, time's up. Okay. So, PJ, would you volunteer to go first? First question, what is Sue's position in 2021? Why? So this being selfish, right? Oh. So what's the next question? Is there any difference in school, or work together? The question is,
No.
Oh, so why?
There will be victims. Who is the reference? The boss, the customers, and the staff. Yes.
Next one.
He shouldn't tell Mr. Stenison first.
So what should he do first? You shouldn't tell him that what should he do first.
He should go to Sue and understand the situation first and see whether any improvement is needed or not.
What outcomes can they expect? You shouldn't go to tell him that. What do you think he can say what to do?
Sue might be fired and all the children will be suffering.
So sometimes you need to be honest, you need to think of outcomes that people can take very well. So in this situation, yes, so might be fired. Right, great job. Okay, so which group next? Which group? Jason?
No.
Sapel? Okay, let's go with Sapel. Next. So David, okay. Is this pet hurting anyone? Is this petty pet really hurting anyone? Why? It's not hurting anyone, okay?
Because Sue is very patient.
What is? Yeah, you want the mic?
Maybe you want to say next to you want for everyone to see?
No. You want to see me?
Yeah.
I bring you the chair, you see, you cannot.
Okay, so is Sue's petty theft really hurting anyone here?
No.
Why?
Because Sue is very patient. She is explaining she's explaining how to perform the task of his job more than a few minutes.
Then that's the job of the supervisor. So, is there anything wrong with that? So, does it mean that she can steal?
No, but okay, just continue answer the question.
Okay. So, is this victimless crime? If it is so, does it mean any difference if Sue still stood at work to the children? Oh, discuss as well.
No, we discuss. No, you understand. She explained.
So that's better to ask her again.
What's the meaning?
No.
So it's not. So why do you think it's not? So there's a victim here, right? You say no, there's a victim. So who is the victim here? Yeah, you just mentioned about it. There's a victim around here. Are you listening?
Oh, because yesterday dia go in, dia go out.
Okay, then you have to answer faster when he asks you answer. So you answer before it goes up.
So who's the victim here? Is there a victim here? So who will be the victim?
Jake.
Jake. Why is he the victim? Because you didn't give me answers.
Oh, okay. Good. Explain.
She explained to you already, right? Yeah, Michelle, you can help him. Michelle, what do you think? So is there a victim here first? So by stealing, so is there a victim in this situation?
Yes.
So who is the victim?
The children.
The children. But she's stealing to put the children up.
Yeah.
So why is the children the victim? So is there a victim here?
First of all, you need to explain to me what is victim.
Victim means someone that is on the downside. Someone who is being not getting the benefit of it.
Oh, boss, Mr. Singleton.
Yeah, Mr. Singleton. So in this case, Mr. Singleton is dead. Okay? So that is a victim in this situation. So next question, okay? For Jake to be accountable, should he tell Mr. Singleton about what he sees?
No.
No, actually he should keep it as a secret, right?
No. You should go and tell the Sue first and ask Sue go and tell the boss. Explain to the boss why he steal the food from the company.
So what if Sue doesn't want to go back to the boss?
The company?
No?
Just close your eyes now.
Close your eyes. Wow. How do you do that? So is that honest?
Yes.
Is that being honest? Is that being truthful? By closing your eyes?
But why if Sue go and tell the boss?
But in this situation, Sue is doing something wrong, right? So would you tell someone that you're doing wrong?
Yes.
Right? Yes? No?
Sometimes you
So
just need to
Sue will tell the boss? In this situation, you are Jake. So Sue will tell the boss. So you as Jake, not Jake. In this situation, what will you do?
I will explain to her I think she can tell the boss.
How would you talk to her?
Understand because figure out jalan.
Alright. So that's right, that's right. That's a very good solution, right? You understand the situation. Understand why is she doing that, and then come up with a new solution together. Okay? Good.
Very good.
Very good. Alright, thank you, David. Thank you. Alright, next team. Any volunteers, next team? So, Pauline? Janganlah, tolong juga lah. Okay. So let's start. So, is Sue specified?
Yeah, 2 answers.
Okay, good. What are they?
We put yes. It is because Jake trusted her and think that she is a role model to him. And that he never expect that Sue will do like that. We answer no because no one got hurt physically, but Jake was hurt emotionally.
So sometimes you see that someone you respect doing something wrong, you want to tell her it's wrong, but it's difficult for you because she's done so much to you. Okay, so these are things that you will encounter when you go up and start working. Okay, so next question. So is this a shameless crime?
Yes.
So there's no victim in this situation?
No.
No victim. Okay, alright. So for Jake to be comfortable, should he tell Mr. Samuelson what he has seen?
Yes, so that Mr. Samuelson could help her.
So Jake should go to Mr. Samuelson or should he go to Sue first?
Okay. Go to Sue, ask her what she needs, and then together go and meet Mr. Samuelson.
Excellent. So it's to go to Sue, understand the situation, right? And then find out a solution and then discuss with Mr. Samuelson with that. Okay, very good. Thank you. Well done. Okay, thank you for the 3 teams who have done well. Okay, so in the interest of time, we shall move on to the next one. Okay? So here are some famous quotes about honesty and integrity that people talk about. The first one by Zig Ziglar. The foundation stones for balanced success are honesty, integrity, character. So basically, success it starts with honesty and integrity here. Okay? When you're honest with other people, people respect you, people will trust you. Okay? So that's the basis of being successful. Next one, real integrity is about doing the right thing. So it's not about doing whatever other people think everyone is doing. It's not about the mass, it's about what you think is right. It's about your conscience. Okay? Michelle Obama learned about honesty and integrity, that it shows really matters, and success doesn't count unless you earn it fair and square. No matter how successful you are, if you cheat your way through to obtain your success, that is not successful. That's cheating. Okay? So think about all this to be successful. In summary, you have to be honest, you have to be fair, you have to be integrity. Okay? So next one, Audrey will talk to you again about tolerance and diversity in your community. Okay?
Okay, shall we give a round of applause to Kim Lam? Thank you very much. Okay, next one is going to be fun. Tolerance and diversity. We're all very fortunate to be staying in Malaysia because we're a very multicultural country. Right? In this room alone, we have people who look like Malays, or Malay, or Chinese, Indians, all sorts of races, right? That's diversity, right? So race is one part of diversity. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, with the flag. There's a Malaysian flag. Huh? You want a point for pointing out a flag? What do you think? Let's take a vote.
Yeah.
You want? Oh, you got support. Very good. I was going to take a vote already. I'm quite sure your friends will say no. Okay, so about different facets of diversity. Diverse, by its meaning, means different, right? Different things. Right? You all have your computers in front of you. Right? If you want to know what diverse means, please go ahead and Google. My last project was about diversity, but it was only one aspect of diversity. The fact that I'm a woman and some of you here are men. Right? So gender is one part of diversity. You get a chocolate eater, sharing chocolate is also diversity. Okay, what else is there? Age, right? We recognize that different people, they are of different ages, just like everyone here in this room, right? Some of us are in our teens, early teens, some of us in our mid-teens, some of us in our late teens, right? Some of our 20s, 30s and beyond. Right? So we have a diverse group, right? Race, I talked about it earlier. Chinese, Malays, look at the different colors that Richie is holding. Color is also an aspect of diversity. Some are green, some are yellow, some are red. Right? Physical qualities. Some are naturally very open, will walk towards you, talk to you, look at you in the eye. Some like this gentleman here hiding behind here because he's very shy. Right? There's diversity, physical qualities. Right? Some are taller, some are shorter, some are slimmer, some are not so. Right? Some are stronger, more muscular, some are muscular in other areas. Right? So, diversity, right? Physical qualities. Ethnicity, your background, regardless whether you're a China Chinese, a Malaysian Malay, right? You're an American with ethnicities in Korea, for instance. Right? Those are different ethnicities. So those are the core, primary ones. But if you look at the secondary one, the grey circle all around it, right? You see in your notes as well. There are other things how it will affect. Let's say if you have religious beliefs. I think some of us here, Catholics, Christians, I'm an atheist, I don't have a religion. Or you can say I'm a lover of all gods. Right? Education, whether you have a degree or not. Work background, some people have worked in highly technical areas, some people work in America, some people work in Malaysia, work globally. Some, for instance, my background, I studied my entire degree here in Malaysia. But some of my co-workers have had the UK experience. Went to Cambridge, went to Oxford, went to all the top schools in the US. Right? Different people. But somehow, we are all within the same company, doing the same thing day in, day out. Other things that people will look at, probably things like upbringing, like whether the type of background that you have, your brothers and sisters, your family, so on and so forth, your hobbies, things like that. So let me just talk about, a lot of slides, I think. Let me just talk about why it's so important to have a different diversities and managing different diversities as a leader. When you are a leader and when you're managing a team, you will not always have the luxury of picking all the people that you want to work with. Right? Sometimes you just put into a situation because it is what it is. In Accenture, we have 270,000 people. We have Caucasians, Europeans, Malaysians, Singaporeans, all of them have different cultural beliefs. But guess what? I personally, in my work experience, I've worked with Brits, I've worked with Belgians, I've worked with Europeans, I've worked with Greeks. Very different and very diverse cultures, different working styles. And the fact of the matter is, we are becoming a global environment. We're going into a global environment. Globalization means that you will have to work with different people. And we are also increasingly open. And being open and surviving in the workplace also means that you will have to appreciate and work with different people in order for you to survive. Right? That's exactly why we put importance on diversity. Another aspect is also, we talked about the social styles, right? Understanding the different working styles that we talked about earlier is also an aspect of diversity. Understanding that there are differences between us, hence the way that I talk to Richie, the way that I talk to James, the way I talk to Pauline, the way that I talk to Kevin, will all be different. And I'm approaching all of you in a diverse manner because I recognize your differences. I recognize that we are different. Another aspect of understanding the diversity is just a word. Understand the concept. The other concept is just recognizing the strengths and weaknesses. Something very simple. Man and woman. What do you like about being a man, Richie? Strong. Right? Physically very strong. Oh, you're 6'10". Not just a cute butt, obviously. You agree with Beyonce earlier. What other strengths can you think of being a man? Muscular. Okay? Physical strength. Strengths of being a woman, Michelle? Beautiful. What else? Sorry, if you think David, just give you a compliment. You said it. Right? So we have men's strengths. Physical strength. That is an area that you can take to their advantage. The other thing that men typically have, very logical. Right? Go in, I know what I want. Just like they go when they go shopping. I relate everything to shopping for some reason. Go in, I get what I want, I leave. That's man. Very to the point, very upfront focus. A woman, beautiful. Beauty can get you everywhere. Recognize that it's a strength. And that's exactly why in sales force, in cosmetic counters, you see all ladies. There's a reason for that, because beauty sells. Right? Another good thing that you have for women, very detail oriented. Generally a little bit more loose, right? Very understanding. I'm a girl. I'm not the most good girl that you know. But I try. Most of the time I feel miserably. Right? So you put girls in situations where this time when you're running a team, when you need to tackle women customers, let's say you're running a marketing company, talking about industry awareness. You're marketing to a group of women. Who will you put on? You either put a very good looking Gucci there if you want to get their attention. But if you're selling beauty products, you probably want to put a very beautiful Michelle there and say that I am using those products that's not the skin to good. Right? It's knowing how to play to your strengths. If you have a team of people here, a big group here, and you have a big assignment, let's say empty room, we want to put all of these cables together. What role do you think the man will play? Empty room, nothing is here. What will you do, James? What's the first thing that you do? Don't forget you are very muscular, very strong. Yes, you are. Oh, you do. What do you think you will get the boys to do? You need to set up the room exactly like how it is here. Tables here, chairs here, everywhere. Okay. Can I help you cry? You do? You want to help you? Okay. Leave it. You will keep all the chairs. Right. Why? Because physically, you're physically strong. You're very muscular. What would the girls do? Polly? Give to the girls.
What they do, what they do.
No, you have to understand the strength of girls. Girls are detail oriented.
Girls won't touch all this one are dirty.
Good. That is the first step of diversity because you understand what a woman will not do. Very good. Sorry? Think of position of the table because they're very meticulous and very detail oriented, right? And that is exactly true, depends. Because like I told David, I'm not always the most good woman around. I'm also not the most detail oriented, which is why I have people like Sue Ann and Asmina because they are. Right? So that's just a very quick example about diversity. Right? And I think you all get it. Now that you've gotten the man and woman and the race down pat, right? I think we all know how to sit next to members of a different race. You will realize something. Not everyone that you meet knows that. I have met people who still think Malaysians live up on trees. Right? And my response to them is, now we have elevators to bring us up. Right? So the next time someone asks you, Malaysians, do you still live on trees? You say yes, but now we have the elevator to bring us up the tree. Right? So that's the best response that you should say. Right? Bring it further. You will understand that you will realize as you go out to work, people will not appreciate you for what you are. Caucasians, if you work with them, if you ever leave Malaysia, chances are some of you might. We're not all going to stay in Malaysia. You realize some people don't appreciate the Asian qualities. We are naturally very hardworking. We are very meticulous and very detail oriented. Right? Caucasians are they drink a lot, not very detail oriented, very straightforward to the point. They don't even care about being careful about what they say. Right? And they also think they have a negative perception of how we react, how we work, right? Naturally because we're different. But recognize the fact that just because you understand the differences, not everyone will. So what do you do when you come into those instances? You practice tolerance. Right? Just because they are at that level, and they might beat you, and they might scold you, they might yell at you, do not go down to their level. Practice tolerance. One thing that my boss taught me, I call these people idiots because they don't understand the difference. They are not open. Do not stoop down to the level of these idiots. And why? Because it brings you down to their level, and they will beat you at it with the number of experience, the years of experience that you have anyway. So what's the point? So here's the point about tolerance. Recognize that people are different, but be prepared that people will not understand why things are different or things are like this, and practice tolerance. I think that's all. I got a thumbs up, right? Any questions before we go about this topic? Okay. Very good. I think we've touched on the advantages of diverse groups, having multiple perspectives, recognizing different strengths when you functioning in a team, know what your team is strong in and where the weaknesses are, and practice this diversity concept to ensure that you have a well-rounded team. Everyone in your team has a certain strength. And why would this be useful? Even in school or work or anywhere that you go, right? It's just naturally more harmonious. It's just a better and more healthy environment for everyone, right? If you practice this concept. Opportunities for personal growth, right? Companies these days, and you will experience it, they are practicing diversity. And how? They actually have a KPI to promote or hire someone who's of a certain gender or a certain race. This is not new, right? Right? Quota is not new. Gender hiring is definitely a new concept that's happening now. Right? There is a requirement to hire more women or a requirement to hire less men or more men in certain fields. Companies are practicing that, so you need to understand this concept because it will work to your advantage as you move on to the workplace. Problem solving, creativity, and innovation. Think about the fact that men are very logical, very common sense focused. Women are very detail oriented, aesthetic focused. Right? When you put that into consideration, putting men and women together, how do you work well? How do you get the best ideas? How do you ensure that it's executed? Right? Ideas, if they're not done, it's just everything in your head anyway. Right? Which is why you need to combine strengths of everyone here. Consider everyone as brain power without a base, and you will get the concept. Everyone is just different on the outside, but inside is the same. Okay? So why do people talk about this? Well, let's take a look at the slide. I'm going to leave this to you to read, right? I don't think I need to go to this slide. Talk about tolerance. A few guidelines. Accept that it is okay that people disagree with you. Again, I need to reiterate. Understand that not everyone will. Right? Put this as part of your life. Like, put it as part of your day-to-day life. Understand the concept. Do not judge and be patient. I think generally, everyone here, from my observation, was well, this is my second session anyway. I realized that everyone is working together, regardless of capabilities, regardless of the age, regardless of gender. And there's no judgment. Of course, you can playfully invite each other, but otherwise, it's a real brotherly, loving complement. Right? So keep it up. Cherish what you have right now. Recognize that not everyone will be able to be as understanding as you. Okay, so what have we learned today? Oh, please, Mike, very good. What have we learned today? Diversity, excellent! That's the point. Yes, that's your point. Adversity. Adversity, that's good. Very good. Get a point? What else? Let's look at half point. Okay, well done. What else? Leadership development, very good.
Different types of leaders.
Sorry?
Different types of leaders.
Different types of leaders for different leadership styles. Yes. Learn how to be patient and not to judge. My favorite so far. What else?
Development leadership skill.
You said that already. You just used it already. But nice try. What else? I want one from everyone. haven't heard from you. Mabel and Mary has been quite quiet. What else? There's a few more. Very good, Mabel. What else? Yes.
Practicing honesty.
Practicing honesty. Very good. Come on. You learn Abuden. What's the concept of Abuden? You are getting that, but what's the concept about it?
Don't ask things that you already know.
Very good. Yes, James. Colin says you have something to check out. Other different races? Good. What about different races? Nothing to say? Yeah, point anyway. Sorry? Spaghetti tower, excellent! What else? Gary?
Tallest tower. The most balanced tower.
Good try.
Development social skill for tolerance.
You are just reading the title. If that's the case, I'd rather let Mary read the title header. Mary hasn't spoken yet. Just one. Huh? Trust. Very good. Trust. Teamwork. Someone say teamwork, Jessica. Very good. Oh, let's not say teamwork. Very good. Style. Hairstyle. We learned about Jonah's hairstyle today. Okay, you have some work to do now. You have to complete your PDP. Yeah. And for your next activity, next session, you have an ice-breaking activity. You need to pick one favorite book that each of your teammates likes and why. Pick a favorite book of your teammate. Good try. If the book happens to be on Facebook, then yes. But Facebook itself doesn't have. Okay? Any book. Pick out a book that your teammate likes. So you have to James, you have to pick one for Richie and Polly. Polly was more for Richie and James. And the icebreaker. Sweet.
Any book, right?
Any book. Except Facebook and MacBook. Okay? You should complete the evaluation form as well. It's your 10 minutes to complete your evaluation form.
That's maybe this
That's okay.
yeah.
Session. Yeah. So while you guys are doing that, I'll just let this video through, yeah?
Creativity, it conjures up images of sofas, strong coffee, free association, and ideas being thrown around the room. And there are times when that might be the case, but the real test of your creativity comes when you have to solve your own problems. Problem solving is a key skill in any job, particularly when you've just started out and want to show your worth. Because let's be honest, the world of work is mostly about making decisions and solving problems. Think about how you're marketing yourself to your employers. You're already thinking creatively about how to set yourself apart from everybody else. The challenges and intellectual hurdles you face are what makes work so interesting. And consider the way you approach a problem and the way you use that to improve your client's business. Will eventually help to define your career. What's really going on? The key is to see things that others might not. So start by defining or understanding the problem. It sounds obvious, but some people struggle to identify exactly what needs to be achieved because it's not always clear. Whatever the situation, it's important to know exactly what your manager or your client expects. What should the outcomes be? How will your efforts be measured? I like to take myself out of the situation and give the problem the time it needs for a proper solution. I go swimming or running, I find an environment where my head is clear and I can get a different perspective on things. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I realise I've been trying to solve the wrong problem and actually I need to think about things in a different way. Make sure you have everything clear in your mind before you begin to think about a solution. And as you progress, keep in mind exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve. Remember that your team or colleagues might offer a different perspective, so don't be afraid to ask the opinions and advice of those around you. Tap into your network. Someone you know might have had an experience of a similar situation, or might have some good advice. This is true throughout the whole process of problem solving. Make use of the experiences and knowledge of the people around you. People are only too happy to help. And if you recognise that the situation or problem you're facing is beyond your ability to solve, make sure you ask for help. I've had to do this a number of times in the past, and every time I've had overwhelming support from my managers and my colleagues. Crowdsourcing is something of a buzzword, but it's an interesting concept for helping you to get to a solution, particularly when you're working on your own. Putting an idea or initial subject out to a large group, even if it's just your Facebook friends or Twitter followers, can produce incredible results. It's almost like conducting your own mini research, and it doesn't have to cost you a penny. I often use this to collect ideas before having a proper brainstorm, either on my own or in a group, and it can save hours. How you set about finding solutions will depend on your personality and what you find easiest. Techniques like mind mapping or road mapping enable you to think around an issue and prevent your thoughts from becoming too linear. Explore all ideas, even if you think they won't work. You might be surprised what comes up. And when you think you've found a good solution, remember, refer back to the original objectives. Do you think you've met what you set out to achieve? If you're happy with the outcomes, make sure you organise your thoughts. Your team members and managers will want to see your process and how you've got to that point. Once you're confident thinking creatively about your own tasks and projects, you'll be more confident when you're involved in group brainstorms and meetings too. Effective brainstorms provide a good platform for everyone to get involved, and everyone should get a chance to speak and add their thoughts. There's great value in understanding all perspectives, counter-arguments and points of view. I find that brainstorming can help validate my take on things, so even if you're the most junior member of the team, have the confidence to speak up, add your opinion, or ask questions. There's a big chance that someone else in the room will be asking the same thing. Also remember that people will be open to your ideas, particularly if you're new. You may be able to offer a fresh perspective to a room full of experts. Keep reminding yourself what it is your client wants to achieve. Getting a range of thoughts and perspectives and finding a creative solution to a problem takes planning, dedication, and confidence. It's a confident person who seeks the opinions and views of others. But your ability as an individual to think creatively will be one of the most important things you can learn.
All the ladies in the guys quite cute. Okay, oh, not bad. I don't meet this guy. One more. Yeah, Matthew Coates. The LGBT had champions diversity.
잠 뒤로 오실당이 마사요. 아니, 죽었다니. 피가. What did he say?
Well, so you have to go on YouTube now and find it and play.
Volunteers and observers need to complete the feedback forms as well. Thank you very much for this session. Can we have a final round of applause?